or Genoviva, or Genoviva, or Genoviva. You'll never know. Well, I will never know, I mean. I'm testing with A is 2 and M is 2 times N. So really the only thing that's changing here is N. And then between parentheses here you have the sum, well, one of the sums, which becomes larger and larger. So you would say, well, then, well, it alternates. It's a minus sign. That's why it's unreadable. Sometimes it's minus something and then it's plus something. I guess depending on whether N is even or odd. Yeah, I think we are at 3,000. It's going pretty slow. Very slow. Maybe I should stop it. I'll just stop it. I stopped it. Now, let's ask one of these numbers to that integer database, which I have not open. Do I continuously close that? Barely. Nope. Do you know this number? What? Does it know this number? Really? Maybe I went too far, too big. Yeah, if I try a smaller number, then it's so small that it will find a lot of stuff. It doesn't help either. Let's try this number here. Yeah. I think that's a coincidence. This one. Yeah, no. Let's try the whole series then. 6, minus 10, 20, minus 28, 42, minus 54, 72. Search. No, really doesn't know. Yeah, let's try a more extreme, as in A is 1. Can't go any lower, so that if this is not known, then really the whole thing is not known. Oh. It's probably known this one. 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, all the way till infinity. Yeah, that's a bit too trivial. Well, kind of interesting. Maybe kind of interesting. Shall I add it to the database then? Gonna try A3. Oh, let's make this way smaller because it's just too much. Like 20, and then I want to print all the output, of course, not just A2. And has to start at 0, I think. You know, in order to be a list of stuff. So I just start with 2 zeros, and then we start seriously. In most of the cases, this is going to be 0 anyway, so it won't print anything. I'll leave these. And then here we have sum is unequal. Yeah, I want to print this always, I guess. The sum is that. For A is that, etc. And going to put the sum in a vector, I think. Sum vec push back the sum. So I can print out something that I can paste into the database immediately. Wait, this is a big int. I'll call it a series. I'm not sure, maybe I should ask it for the non-alternating as well. It's not equal either. Guess I should ask for both. No, I'm gonna skip the zeros. Already asked for this one, I think. And that did not exist. Yep. And then I was doing this because I was just trying to get this absolute value of that. But don't look. Oops. Make identity. So I hope that this maybe exists. Nope. Well, interesting. I could try A is 3 maybe, but I have the feeling that it's not going to be anything either. Let's print both with and without sign. A sign. Oh, it's a redeclaration. Now it does exist. Well, yeah, okay, they become bigger. Does it monotonically increase? I think so. I really wish I had an a numeric wall solver that I could just use on series like this. I wrote one, but it's not completely finished. And it definitely didn't just take an input of a bunch of integers. So a numeric wall solver is an extremely powerful way to let something guess the next number. And I did that, I think, during Christmas? Something else. Yeah, one of my streams. I use it to predict, or not just predict, but all of them. So generate the formula for the number of solutions on an elliptic curve. It's really insane that I was able to do that. Absolutely insane. Online encyclopedia, het is not nooit. No, do the one with negative values, because that's a real series. Sequence, I mean. Oh, it's called sequence. Should have called it sequence instead of series. Immediately going to do that. Series, substitute all series with sequence. Yep. Now, since it doesn't know it anyway, might as well forget about the absolute value, because And then interesting to see what is the difference between one and the other A. This means I'm kind of not any longer interested in printing this at all. Let's see what the result is of this. Yeah, just what the sum is, I guess. Oh, we lost our zeros now. We lost the zeros. Why is that? Oh, because I'm only pushing it here. Oh, what? Why am I doing that? Oh, because I had this commented out, this line. So it should have been that, and I'm really not interested in any output here. That was before. I think now we have a nice output. Yep. And this output belongs to A equals whatever it was. Let's add a new loop. The loop for A could start A, can start from 1. Yep. And then we put that printing stuff inside loop. And let's print A in front of it as well. And let's see out. A is A. Yep. What the off? Unexpected amount of zeros here. I've not seen those before. Oh, and I was laughing at the twos, but apparently at some point there are not twos anymore. Okay, this is confusing. What the hell is going on? Suddenly it swaps back to something else. I have the feeling we're having some output problem here. Ah, yes, I see it. I want, of course, start over with the sequence. Once we change A. And even so, then we have A is that, print. Okay, that looks good. Still lots of zeros. I'm sure it did. Oh, before just did not show the zeros, I think. Oh, no, I don't know. No, we did see these numbers for sure, and those as well, I think. Okay, clearly with A equals whatever it is, we start with A zeros, and that's just simply because the trivial zeros. The summation is empty. I don't think that's very useful. Let's get rid of them. Now we should start N at A, because otherwise it's just known to be 0 for sure. And then this first column here is now a function of A. Whatever it is. Maybe that one is known. 2, comma 6, comma 20, comma 70, comma 252, 252, comma 294. No, 924. 924, no. I can't remember larger numbers. And that should be enough. And we found it. This one exists. Central binomial coefficients. Binomial. 2 times n factorial over n factorial squared. But maybe not too surprising that we get something, because this first column is for n equals a. So now everything is fixed, like n equals a and m equals 2n. So 2 times a. And then we have the identity. Let me try to find the identity for you. Did I close Reddit? Just close Reddit. Dude, why? Is this Reddit? No. We have it here as well, maybe. Somewhere. No, not really. New chat. Empty. Okay, let's ask her. Let's go back to Reddit. Reddit. And then I'll find your last question. It's never easy. Identity. No. Maybe we should first try to go to R mathematics. Oops. Mathematics. There we are. And then, oh yeah. Huh? Why is that a link? No, there it is. Open link a new tab. Let me try this, blow this up, although it's unsharp as hell. So if a equals, oh, this a is just known, and then n equals a. If n equals a, then there is no sum anymore. God, that makes it simple. Yeah. So this is minus 1 to the power 0, it's always 1. This is just one term, because k runs from 0 to 0. A single turn for n over 0, that is 1, I think, right? Of 2, this is 2n, that was 0, so it's equal to the binomial of 2n over n. But, and n was equal to a. So it's a binomial of 2a over a, and this is the same thing, so it doesn't matter. And that's what we found. A binomial of 2n over n. Yeah, replace n with a, and that's why we found it. So that's hardly anything interesting, because it's not even a sum anymore. And then the next column here is with n is 1 larger. That is slightly more interesting, because then we get k is 0 and 1. At least that is a sum, or a subtraction, a difference. Now that should be recognized as well, shouldn't it? But you never know. Oops. I'm skipping the 0 out of minus. Let's just skip the minus as well then. Minus, no minuses. 1070. What was the next one? 378. 1848. 1848. Can't type. And in the meantime, I've got the next one. Blah. Nope, already does not know it. Oh, I'm trying the next one as well. And then if that doesn't know that, then we give up. 220, 182, 1302, 80, 52, comma, and then that, and then, well, one more then. Search, useless. Now we can safely say, I think, that there's absolutely nothing known about this, at least not the integer database. How to investigate this? Anyway. Online logic edit. Get started now. Oh, I'm blind. Try premium for free. No, just do that. What? Welcome. Create first project. Blank project. Blank. Are we done? Loading. What the F is this, man? Just Can we type the formula now? Binom. I'll probably have to type in use package math or something before this is going to work. As if I know how to do that. Nothing. 35. Okay. I don't know that, but let's just use something. Use package. Well, it's going to be math or something else. Math tools. AMS math. Lots of math. All of them. Aha, all of them. That is not the one. Hey, where's my completion list? I don't know what that one is, but maybe it works. Recompile. Still nothing. Very helpful. Tools. That's probably the last one, right? No, it's 3 times something and then a 5. Okay, maybe 3 comma. Now we have nothing left. Besides, it should have been. Should have been this anyway. I'm gonna use the last attempt here. AMS math. Let me give up. Maybe I should specifically ask for a mathematical thing. Online mathematical formula editor. LaTeX. Oh yes. Oh no. Where did my word math go to? Equation editor of online mathematics. Online math editor. I'm gonna click on that one. Now look at that. It's a bit too fancy, but get notebook. I only know LaTeX. Maybe I should require that as well. Online LaTeX formula editor, browser based. Is this LaTeX? Looks like it. Okay, let's try the binomial. Lop, bleep, binom. NM. And we have it. Now, can we make this bigger as well? Because of the YouTube. I think that works. Okay, sum 0 to n minus a. Nobody knows how to do that. Let's first add the other binomials. Binom m minus k over n. M minus k over n. Yup. Minus 1 to the power k in front of that. And then a sum in front of that. I think that's just a sum. Underscore k equals 0. Yeah, looks good. 2n minus a. Brilliant. Very good. Equals the exact same thing, but then a little bit different. Oh. Copy. paste. Yes, and then we have to change this again. K plus A minus 1, and the upper one has a K in front of it. A minus 1 to this one here. K plus A minus 1 over A minus 1. And this is M minus N, this is plus A both, and then M minus N or N K. So difficult. There's no logic in it. M minus N K. M minus N and K. It's plus A, right? Yep. The mandatory make sure you didn't make an error, because that's such a waste of time. I think it's correct. Cool. Cool. CPU emulation. Just that. Do it again. Copy. Paste. New line. Oh boy, that doesn't work. How do I enforce a new line here? Is that not possible? This is so unreadable. They're probably celebrating that someone is using their editor right now. They never saw that before. Oh, I'm very old, Alice. Very, very old. How do I get a new line here? Damn it. Nope. We lost everything. Yeah. You click on help, and then what you get is delete everything you just typed. So I just unlucky that I put it in my paste bar. That is so bad. Hello, Nick. How does one approach proving such a thing? It's really the most annoying thing in the world that I want a new line. I don't know how to do it. This looks like just the color. Yeah. I randomly tried new line, but that did not work. Hey, it worked. 2 backslashes. Okay, lip, lip, paste. Heh. Let's add another new line. No, didn't do much, I think. Okay, I want to replace n with n plus a, right? So if n becomes n plus a, then this is just n. And then this n becomes n plus a. This n becomes n plus a. And this n minus a becomes n. And this n becomes n plus a, which we subtract, so that drops out. So that should be the same thing. Now I have an a in here as well, though, which is of course less nice than just having it there, maybe. Plus, we are summing over k. So this can be taken out of the sum, right? Why is that even inside the sum? Let's take that outside of the sum. So we got this binomial, no function of k. Cut. Paste. The binomial of n plus a over m times the sum of k to n of minus 1 to k of n minus k over n plus a. Now, that should be a known thing, right? Somehow. It's got a variable m in it though. Maybe Wolfram doesn't know this one. I'll do. I would rather have k minus m, I must say. I think I saw a formula for that. I need binomial identity, seriously. Why are they not just listed? What is this? What good does it do to humanity not to not list them? Binomial distribution calculator. No. Binomial expansion. Yeah. See what this is. Yeah, there's a relationship between binomials and polynomials, so less interesting probably. This one is an identity though. You can replace this minus a minus 1 with k apparently. Put k here, comes shorter, but then the changing the variable that we loop over here, run over, then is and up and down both. I mean, yeah, well, I don't know. That would be this one. If you subtract 1 from both, or rather I can add 1 to both, and then you get, well, I guess multiply by k on both sides and divide by n on both sides. So k divided by n times that. Oh no, I need a plus 1. Sorry, I want to add 1, or do I? Yes, I do. I want to replace this with that. Well, that's just so k divided by n times that equals this. You can use that, get rid of the minus 1 here. But then we have, oops. So it's just the thing at the bottom divided by the one at the top in front of it. Not sure if that helps. That is A divided by K plus A. A divided by K plus A in front of this, and then we get rid of the minus 1. Doesn't really help much, right? Or at least then those two become the same. I have a K plus A here and a K plus A here. Maybe nice. I so would like to get rid of this sum here, because there must be a simple expression for this. So I need an alternating sum, and then, I don't know, just look at this. Try to find a lot of identities. There's an identity. Yeah. Finally, two of them. Two binomials multiplied and then a sum over them. That just isn't equal to anything. These are equal to something, and then the 5 is like, oops, the equal sign is gone. And here it is again. Exactly the one that we need is corrupted. Thank you very much. No, okay, next. Binomial coefficient identities. Yeah, keep doing that. That's an interesting one. That is an interesting one. Very interesting. It's kind of a recursive formula. So if you want to know the binomial of n plus 1, k plus 1, all you need to know is that on that one, which is, well, small n and small k. So, ta-da. Totally recursive. Can we use it? Seems like a whole course, winter 2017. It would be the thing, and I would flip through the pages in 10 minutes and then say, okay, do me the exam, please. Yeah, it's basically it's too basic because they don't make much progress. I'm going to look for combinatorics. Combinatorics identity list. Comprehensive list. Yeah, I clicked on that before. Useful identities and combinatorics. Important series. Well, there's something we can use. This again polynomials though. Yeah, well, I could put z equal to 1 and then divide by 0, but it's an idea. It looks like it's infinite sums, not very useful. Well, this one. Oh, I need that in front of it as well. Okay, so this one. K is the one that runs to an M, and the M isn't even mentioned here. Plus the K is the exponent of -1, and K is mentioned here. Okay. At the bottom, what do we have? K is mentioned at the top here. Dang. Note that is if n is larger than m. I still should have my Reddit post open, because that has all those remarks in it. Let's move this one here. And what is this? Oh, that's the Atkin sieve. Yeah, am I still going to do this, or? It seemed interesting at some point. Let's just open a new one. Move that back, and then the new one goes here. And we open Reddit again. And seriously, now I have to go big. Oh well, I still have to find my. Oh, there's my post. Yeah, note that m is. We can assume that m is larger or equal than n, because otherwise it's trivial. No, that is does not become zero even at all. If m is much larger than n, which is allowed, then this never becomes zero during the whole sum. Plus, it's a thing at the bottom here. So this is also an interesting one. It's not even a summation involved, but you can negate the thing at the top, provided you put that in front of it and then add that, right? And this is the exact same thing. Okay. Nope, I don't see it, man. Fortunately, I wrote an email to the authority on combinatoric identities today, Professor Gold, and he wrote me back. He said, thanks, I'll look into it. So, guess I just stop and wait until this guy tells me. I mean, either is just two possibilities now. Either he's going to mail me back and say, well, that already exists. It was proven by this or that guy and that year, blah, blah, blah. Or he mails me back. Nice. Yep, I proved it. It is true, and here's my proof. Something like that. Because if he can't do it, then nobody can do it. And it is true, so he can do it. I think I'll just call it a day. It's too difficult. I'm not good at this at all. I was actually more thinking about getting insight maybe by writing a, program, printing out some numbers and then staring at the numbers and then maybe seeing it. But, well, I don't have any ideas, I must admit. You want to know where this came from? That's really insane, and nobody will understand it, including me. I said here to. So in 2007, I wrote this web page here, and then go there. At the bottom, we have this identity. And the reason it is here is because I needed it. I wanted this to be true. I simply used it at some point. I was proving something, and then I needed it. So we should be able to find this back in my proof up here somewhere. Something like 2 polynomials and then summation to, yeah. Maybe you can find it back. Summation of minus 1 to the power k and 2 binomials. Let's see if we can find that. Yeah, I didn't do this. This was a Mathematica. I use Mathematica a lot to verify that all these things are indeed equal. But it's insane. It's really insane, this. Did I really do this? Well, they start to look a little bit like it, maybe. Summations of summation minus 1 to some power, nah. Double sum. No, it looks like it. One of these probably. Yeah, well, that doesn't really matter. I think it's somewhere in here. So I verified all these steps, or I could find them online, that their identities really exist. And at some point, I just got stuck, and I went also from the bottom, and then I wrote it down like this, for the reader as an exercise. But somewhere, I think maybe from here to there, or from here to there, is this sneaky new identity that is. Yeah, that we've been looking at for 2 days now. And then someone that is reading this is going to say, what? I don't get this step. What is happening here? Okay, well, it's crazy. You know what this is? This is the proof that, yes, if a prime p divides x to the power m minus 1 and p to the power, so the same prime, to the power n divides some k, then p to the power n plus 1 divides k to the power km minus 1. That's all. Everything below is trying to prove that. So, unless I'm a complete idiot, it is not an easy proof. I'm pretty sure it's not an easy proof. The way I found it was also very interesting, but I won't bother anyone with it. Besides, I can't even remember it very well. But it did involve finding these polynomials, or rather numbers. Let me see. This one. I had found these numbers here. So like 6 minus 75 plus 320 minus 525 plus 274. Just those numbers I had found. You know, all kinds of numbers. And then I went to the online integer database, like before here. And I typed it in, and I didn't know it. It had no idea what it was. So I really got stuck. And then I plotted them. I don't know why, but I just plotted these polynomials. Look how they look. So beautifully clear. It's just nth power of k polynomial. That goes exactly through y is 0 for the k equals, the horizontal line is k, I think, yeah. 1, 2, and 3. For example, the yellow one, it's 0 at 0, and it's 0 at 1, it's 0 at 2, it's 0 at 3, and then it's exactly 1 at 4, and also 1 at 5, and also 1 at 6. So you need at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I think 6, a power of 6 polynomial for a degree 6, yeah. And then of course exactly after the last point, it like shoots up or down. But after seeing this, it's like, oh, now you see the whole structure and exactly what it is. And then you can write it down like brute force, like in this way. Looks scary, but it's just, exactly what I just said. It must be a polynomial of that power, and it must go through those points. If you don't do that in a brute force way, you have to write it down like that. So yeah, I don't know. And I got help from this guy from the online database. But it was not loadable. Neil Sloan, I mailed him. I also mailed back. There was a link to it here somewhere. Oh, yeah. So this is from Neil Sloan. And he figured out how to generate these numbers in the end. And then having that insight, it was possible to write a proof. And I think I start my proof with that without knowing the answer, which is then basically this, it's not even possible to come up with a proof. It's just completely impossible. Only if you know what direction you have to work into, you can find it. So this should be in that database now. Unfortunately, yesterday I tried to be a little say there. I don't know. Somewhere I say, for if people ever run into this and they have big integers like this, you could search on Google for that integer, then it's very likely that you have to do with exactly these polynomials, because this is just a coefficient of that polynomial. So it would help people if people search for this number, that they find this document, and then they say, oh, that's it, and they find all the theory around it, And yeah, so a single integer can help you finding all the knowledge behind it. But I tried a few of these big numbers, and Google doesn't return anything. Worse, if you pass one of these numbers into the online database itself, it can't find anything. It's a bloody article that is stored on. So that's really bad, man. Yeah. This text, where all those numbers are in, is a text file on the online encyclopedia of integer sequences. And you ask it for that number, for any of these numbers, it does not tell you, oh, here it is. This is the text that you want. That's super bad. Maybe we should write this guy again. It's just broken. I think it used to do this. You should be able to find those numbers if you would type them in here or wherever. Yeah. Anyway, let's quit with this, I guess. I like this editor though. Can make nice formulas. Let me bookmark this. Where shall I put it? I think I'm going to make dinner. Kill this. Nobody answers here either. People keep voting it down. I was at 5, now it's at 3. Who is so evil? Yeah, it's being voted down. Well, great. I put a lot of effort into making this post. And now it's voting down. Why? That nobody comments. From the Netherlands. Right. The Sieve of Atkin could do that one, or otherwise I'll have to start working on my debugging library. I was working on that. Probably makes more sense at this point. Shall I just not look at the Sieve of Atkin to save time? I think I'll don't do it. Dwarf, yep, this is what I was working on. Primes, let's stop with the primes. What is this? Description. That's the debugging stuff. Close this one. Elf, more debugging stuff. Atkin, page not found. Stack Overflow. Kind of to do with the debugging stuff, I think. It's going to be removed. Remove. Well, close the tab. Let's put it that way. What is this? LL. Oh, that. Yeah, well, let's just delete that as well. Well, this is. I still have that tab open. My website for about Linux viewer. Yep, Vulkan. So it can't be reached. It's a local host of my Vulkan. Sandbox box can also be closed. Now we get ChatGPT and Vulkan. So the problem that I am at is that libcwd, I think I don't have a page open, console open. I probably rebooted since that time. Yeah. I started ripping out stuff here because it just doesn't work anyway. Function support has never worked. Is that all? Deleted function, made some changes here. That's removed. So I never even committed that function stuff. Resolve address. What is a resolve address doing in libcwd? Okay, the problem I ran into at some point is that the latest compiler started to use Dwarf version 5 as debug info. So if you compile with -G, then it uses now Dwarf 5, I think, as default by default. And I don't have support for that in my libcwd library. And I'm not going to add it in the sense that I used to implement that myself. But now I really want to use an existing library because they keep changing stuff. downside is that originally I started at Dwarf version 3. I mean, what happens if you link with libcwd is that your application, well, the library, but your application linked with that, reads all the debug info to know where all the functions begin and end. So symbols, it reads the symbols and then decodes addresses to source file line number stuff, so it can print that out. And that was very fast. And if you did that with the library that existed when I wrote this, which would be libpsd. Sounds a bit weird. BFD. That was super slow. So there was an existing library, of course, that could convert addresses to source file line number, but that would like read everything and be extremely slow. And then later I switched to Dwarf and implemented that myself as well. So the only possible downside could be that if I use the existing library, it just gets way slower. And then you would have to wait for the debug information to be read. And I think that's going to be as slow as starting up GDB, which no doubt is using that. But I can't say that I have really been annoyed lately about starting up GDB. Just you start GDB and then it works, right? So I guess it's not that slow. So I might as well use the latest library, because after Dwarf they made libdwarf, and then after that they made libdw, which is not the latest. So yeah, well, why would they make it slower if it can be faster? So I wanted to implement converting addresses to source file line numbers and functions using libdw. And I have to integrate that in this code, the code of this library. And I wrote this in very long time ago. Well, I did updated it. I think I started before the year 2000 with this. But a lot of this code is so old with my memory, it might as well been a project of someone else. So I'm just going to have to do meditation on it. A bit looking around, not really knowing what I'm doing for a week, and then maybe some point things come together and then I can finally finish it. I guess it would be nice though if it compiles. Yeah, so if I do configure, we get this error. Now looks like a dependency, or it definitely is a dependency problem. I probably removed this then, or whatever. How about I start removing the dependencies? That would have to do with the object directory. It's remove the whole object directory. Cannot remove it because it is a directory. See if I care. No object directory. Then I could have a look at my environment, how that looks like currently. Yeah, that's me. Okay, we only want to support CMake these days, so do that anyway. Made an array of that for both makefile. Allocation off. Well, yes, location on. That's location here. Is the address to source file line number lookup. That's what I want to work on. Output directory, not going to use that. repo base is the current directory. Some aliases. That this is auto tool, so we won't use this. Make, I just type make to build it, and this is how. Then should start CMake and just run CMake. And here is some other stuff that nobody understands, but maybe base name is important. Quit write, did I write anything? I don't think so. What is base name? Firestorm. Yeah, well, no, not really. Now, I was working on Firestorm. That is the reason. That was compiled with Dwarf 5 then. So I have a top project set. What if I just set my top project to libcwd itself? So we have echo $top project. I think that's defined in .libcwd rc. No, I'm an idiot. Bash rc. Top project. Yup. So I'm going to set that to home Carlo projects libcwd. And I think top project should be the directory that contains env.compiler. And it does. So that defines the compiler. So the compiler used for that project. So if then I compile libraries, then it's going to use the same compiler as that project is using, which happens to be at the moment Clang. I don't know if Clang is using Dwarf 5, but we'll see, I suppose. Otherwise, I should be able to force it to. Configure is also an alias, and it does run set compiler environment, which I would say source env.compiler, but I don't see it. Oh yeah. Echo set compiler is not set. Wait, this is set env. There's all kinds of things that I'm not interested in, like setting an LD library path. That is so auto tools. This whole set env yeah, it's semi auto tools support, I guess. It's actually a bad thing that it does this. Let's try to ignore it. So I'm going to run configure, and then we still run into that. Okay. Dependency. How do I get a dependency on module R? I think I have a grep configure. Yes, change module R. The submodule rail path. So it's just this one, and that's just test suite. This is not talking about test suite. Oh, it is test suite. Yeah, test suite. Yeah. 79. There it is. I add an dependency for that. To the header files. Add dependency on header files. Oh, okay. So module R. And why would module R not exist anymore? Add a library, or it's just a little here, module R. Oh, this does not exist. Oh, why is it looking? Okay, so the problem is that I'm running this after deleting the whole object directory, and or something is not installed, but should not add this dependency when it doesn't exist. Let's ask ChatGTP how to do that. I think it knows. ChatGTP, eerie voice. In AC make list dot text, I am doing but doesn't always match something. Well, which results in an error. How can I test if that pattern matches any files, and then conditionally add this dependency. Oh, I was wrong. It does exist, and the target module R does not exist. I could not have fathomed that because it's like literally defined here. Fuck. not what I asked for. Huh? The strange thing is that this just always worked. It just worked for many, many years. And now it suddenly doesn't. So it cannot be that I have to delete this. What changed that this stopped working? Anyway, these things should just exist, so I should do what it was. No, I don't know, man. So maybe I'll comment it out for now then, or to continue. What the hell's that? I'm going to do a bisect, I think. What is this? That wasn't a good change. A release of... So one of these commits must have broken this. I want to know which one. Can't be that long ago though. So let's try... I don't know. Gonna try this one. Oh, I'm having an idea suddenly. That one is new. That's the reason. I did just create it. Aha, it is completely new. The whole file is new. So I tried to support CMake in the test suite. The bisect is bullshit. I just have to fix the CMake file then. So I probably created that by looking at the existing makefile.in, which then should say something like dependency or not. module R. There's a module R. Module targets threads. There it is. This is what I wanted to do, apparently. Dependency on those header files, generated header files. Story tour. No, it's not proven, but yeah, I don't know. I'm not going to prove it. Okay. Hmm. Yeah, well, since it used to work like that, I suppose I should just add include directory. That is weird. Yeah, I should just add a dependency on the WD, which I guess is a target somewhere. Fuck. Dependencies. Without target. What the hell? Something. No. No. I don't know. I'll leave it here. It's just weird that Tessut would already talk about this thing before I even included it. But maybe just adding it and not really entering it at that point might work. Does the thing not have an alias at the end? There's no bloody alias. Ridiculous. Dependency target private. What? Nobody gets it. any sense. It does not make sense. VICM star. Oops. Yeah. No, ChatGPT definitely useful here. Right, so now I did edit, and it compiles libc libmodule underscore r. I have a lot of other stuff that I want to compile. Test if Ninja works as well. Would have to do something like I have no clue. I have no clue. I think mine is G is Ninja, but yeah, exactly that. Just accept equals. Just minus G Ninja. Code. Now we go inside the test suite. There's not much else here, is there? What is in here? Make file, this there, this clean, uninstall, this mostly clean, share, just this the library, run would run everything though. Oh, here they are stuff. Let's say I want to run all the tests. That's a target here. So we did this one, that works. Mm. Unknown target. Is that like this basic shit? That's this one. No, just depends on object file. I don't think I have that target then. Anything like it. Nope. I think I'm literally here. Hmm. Mm-hmm. whatever the word is. Okay, I'll have to stop. I just should cook and eat dinner. I'll have a look at the chat. Yeah, it's a difficult question, Sam. I think Google still helps you best. I'm the author of libcwd, which is on my homepage. And reading symbol tables and stuff, yeah. Guess that would be this one, but that's way too detailed. You're not interested to look at that. Makes more sense to look at some tools if you use Linux, like readelf. And examples how to use that. That you can use that tool to investigate the debug info of executables. So this tool uses the libtw. And unpronounceable bug says, hi Carlo, what do you think about programmer in future? Will they exist? Yes, definitely. Because I've started studying programming, I think it is interesting. Yeah, it's not going anywhere. I hope for a lot more robots. And it's going to take a whole generation before they get even a little useful, so I wouldn't worry about that. Then you can help improve them. And everything else, of course, because I don't believe that anytime soon AI will be better at programming. And at the most, they become a tool, so you will have to use them to program. But losing your job over it, well, by that time you don't have to work at all anymore. It's just robots will do everything for you. And humanity just can stop working altogether, which I think is a goal for the future. It's a good thing. Yeah, well, I hope that I didn't miss you. I'm going to cook, so be back at another time.